All right, so on our footing prep, first thing we did when we showed up today is we pulled numbers, which we wanted the edge of our concrete to be 12 foot to framing, if not a little bit short. So from the concrete over there to here, it ended up 12 foot and a quarter, which leaves us about 2 inches short of the edge of framing. So that's perfect. So we pounded stakes and then we ran a string. And then we got these tack screwed to the 2x4 runner. And that keeps us 3.5 inches or so above the dirt level. It helps keep us in line with one another. And it helps keep us centered this way, right? See what I'm saying? So those were cut dimensionally and screwed on there dimensionally. Then once we had that established, I went over there and I started packing our concrete. Well, actually, I cut the rebar and then I started packing concrete, and Aaron was digging holes. Once he had the holes mostly dug, then we came over here and we tag teamed. And we got these set and adjusted them where we wanted them and then started backfilling, right? And if you look, all of our stuff is set to the same height and it's real close to level, right? Same thing over here. Should be real close to level. Real close to level, right? It's a little tiny bit out. It's under the deck though, so we weren't that worried about it. Front to back here, we weren't really worried about it. If anything, we wanted these ones a little bit higher because we plan on grading the dirt a little bit right here, down and out. So that way, any water that gets down off the roof or the deck is gonna come out and not stay by the foundation, right? So if anything, we want these a little high, knowing the dirt's gonna come up, which is right there. Then you'll look and see the bottoms are nice and flat and they're backfilled and packed down to the bottom of our sonotube. And that's because I pulled our concrete measurements off of that height, right? Which is 16 inches. So one, we want a really flat, compact bottom. And two, we want our concrete to be the appropriate amount that we calculated for, right? And if you look, all of our bottoms are flat. That gives us a nice wide base, about 13 to 14 inches into the ground or so, right? Backfilled. This one came out a little egg shape, but it's in the middle under the deck. I'm not really worried about that. These ones, the two outside corners, those ones are the most noticeable, and those ones are pretty good. This one got a little squashed, but again, I'm not that worried about it. These two outside ones, they look nice. That's the general principle. So that way, we're dimensional this way, we're dimensional this way, we're pretty damn close to square this way, right? We're in line, and we're even, right? We're gonna be just short of framing. Okay, so that's our prep. That's how we did it. And if you look, we're also even pretty close here. See where I set my tape. I'll grab a tape, we'll prove it. As long as we're really close. 34 inches hooking to it. 33.5, I'm totally good with that. Some of that could just be this one squished a little different, then that one squished a little different, right? And again, this outside is to dimension really good and evenly spaced, and nobody's ever gonna know that this would be out maybe a ½ inch, if anything, but again, it's probably not. It's probably the way that the sonotube is squished, right? So there's our general footing prep for concrete in these conditions. In our area, the frost level, yes, it's a big deal, but it's not really a big deal because our ground doesn't like freeze like 4 feet down, really. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't get that cold here. So a lot of times, our soil conditions, we don't even need to be that deep down into the dirt, right? So again, in these situations, we're not that deep, but we're nice and wide and heavy. The heaviness is going to provide us great uplift value And the wideness is gonna give us a nice stout base, right? Anyways, thanks for watching.